Hello, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time with me, thank you for being here, and I hope you'll stick around. And if you follow me, thank you so much. And I hope you'll watch my video. So what I'm going to be doing today is, I've got my worry stone here, and I carry it with me if you don't have one of these. Anyway, it's a hashtag called Convince Me to Pair Decks. This is a VR to at Wilderness Whispers, ASMR. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Slow Tarot, because this has become my soul deck for sure. Love this deck. It reads so well. And anyway, so I'm going to give it a little shuffle. This is my ritual, or the way that I do things. I will overhand shuffle. Usually it's been riffle shuffled enough, and then I'll cut it with my left hand or the non-dominant hand, and then I just kind of fan them out in my hand, I guess, depending on your space or how you want to do it. And I think I'm gonna do situation, obstacle, and possible outcome, and pair it with oracle cards. So I'm filling this one for situation. This can be for, I know I'm gonna have to zoom out to get the oracles in. Situation, obstacle, and I don't believe in set outcomes, so I'm gonna say I'm filling this with possible outcome. And okay, so I have those three. And then the next thing that I am going to do is pair it with, I like pairing this one with the Arcana Folio Oracle deck. I love these little round cards, and I think they're so versatile. And I think they go well with this deck. I haven't found a deck they didn't go well with, honestly. So, okay, that one kind of flew out. So I will pull two, and these will be my clarifications. I usually don't take jumpers, but I don't know what I was doing there, so I'm going to take them. Okay. And these will kind of go with it. However, I don't really have any set rules. I just do kind of like an affirmation card at the end. So I'm going to use this one today. Love who you are. And this is going to be the note that I leave this reading on. And these are beautiful cards, and I think they also go well with this deck. So I'm going to put it in the middle, because it's going to be my overall. Sorry if I'm so slow. So we got situation, obstacle, and possible outcome. And this will kind of be for what's going on in my life now. So situation. We have the 10 of coins. So we've got a lot going on here. In this 10 of coins, we have an alarm clock. So I feel like time's running out for something. We've got coins, we've got a family picture, we've got a roll of the dice, and we've got a snake. We've got thread, and we've got some journals or books. So I'm going to look more deep into it before I take a reading, but I already kind of have an idea of what that means for me. So the situation, the obstacle here. Oh my God. Yeah, I absolutely know what this is about. This is atonement. This is really personal, but I'm going to do it because what does it matter anyway? The atonement and then the possible outcome. The possible outcomes is the King of Coins. The King of Coins is kind of, he's in the attic. He's not our typical King of Coins. It looks like he has some regret to me. He's in the attic and he's looking at things. We have a snake. We do have an angel statue in the background. And he's holding, not sure what he's holding. A globe, maybe. And he's looking at his coin. And then I'm going to look at these before I do an entire overview. So we have a love, true feeling, which I know what that means totally for me with all these other cards. And this one, words spread fast, gossip. And that is also true. I'm not going to look at this one yet. I'm going to do the reading before I get my little affirmation. So the way that I would use these cards in a reading is the situation here would be my family, and I am thinking about someone whom I absolutely love. This is an elder person in my family that I absolutely love and I'm connected to very closely. And I do feel like time's running out. This person's health is not good. This makes me really sad. And I absolutely love her so much. Like I said, this is an elderly person in my family. And atonement, I do feel like I haven't done the best that I could do. And that's something that I've been contemplating about, especially the last month. I have been busy and I've had a lot of tragedies happen in the last little bit, but I haven't made the time that I should make. So I do feel like that I need to make some sort of atonement. I went last week and she wasn't doing great. So I have been making plans, which is where this comes in. I have been making plans to do something. So I feel like I've been sitting in the dark space in my mind, which would be the attic, thinking things over. The relationship was not always wonderful, but true love is there for sure. So that represents the snake. I feel like I'm in the dark place in my mind is where I'm kind of like the king of that, and I'm looking at the coin, contemplating this thing that I'm going to do that's going to help. And it's not going to help a lot, but it'll be some sort of an atonement for me for not being there the way that I wish that I would have been there. I'm not saying I was all in the wrong because, like I said, I've had a lot of tragedies going on in my own little family that's kept me from moving further ahead. And with this one, we have words that spread fast, gossip. I'm sure there's a lot of chitter chatter in the family, which I don't really care. I don't really care about that. I'm over that. So now I'm going to read my little card here, kind of like my advice. Wear your party hat. So to me, this says, amidst all the chaos, there's things that I haven't done that I should have done. And I'm contemplating, and I have made plans to do things. I have actually got the money, which I don't have a lot of money. I've got the money to go do something for this person. And all I can do right now to make an atonement and make the best of it, which is put my party hat on and go and make the best of, well, it is a bad situation. Not just the thing with me, but just the whole situation in general is bad. So that is how that I would incorporate a reading with my tarot cards, with my oracle cards. And I shared some personal stuff, but I wanted to show you, well, real life stuff. And this is how I read. Yeah. I do a lot of intuitively reading with the tarot cards, along with the structured origin. Now, this atonement card was an extra card in the deck that I left in because it makes so much sense to me, and I pulled it out. I feel like it was supposed to be there because I'm totally resonating with this 1,000%, and I feel like that I have my answers on what I should do, or what I was planning on doing. And I'm going to, not in reality put on my party hat, but metaphorically, I'm going to put on my party hat and go do it. Using the Monstero tarot with a little bug. So this is for you. If it resonates with you, let me know. And we're going to use the little bug as kind of like an advice card, or just a clarifier. Advice, I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going to pull one and lay it over here to the side. All right. So this reading may be for you. Let me know if it resonates. So the core issue, which is the overall energy here, is we have the Four of Cups. The core issue is you're being offered something that you're not seeing, or you're so wrapped up in whatever's going on in your life that you're not really paying attention to. In which that came up in both of my readings. So this might be for me too, whether I wanted it to be or not. Okay. Number 2, your past feelings or attitude about the issue. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like this has something to do with your family legacy, or something to do with your family, or traditions being passed down, or even generational curses. Something that's been passed down from generation to generation. So maybe you're being offered something that you're not sure of, or you really don't want, or you don't want to take part of anymore. Okay, number 3, your past actions. 8 of Pentacles. Well, your past actions, I believe, is you tried. You tried to master this. You tried to make it work. You worked really hard at it. And I'm getting the feeling that you were trying to please other people instead of yourself. And over here we will come to 4. The universe's advice for your present. The 10 of Wands. Share your burden with somebody else. You've got too much on your back. You have somebody there. They can't carry a whole lot, but maybe you could talk to them about it. This 10 of Wands could even be going for therapy and sharing your burden about this situation. It could be something that you need to talk about. Maybe you have a friend that you could talk to about it. But I do feel like that it is something that has been passed down that you no longer want to partake in. You no longer want to partake in it anymore. You've tried really hard to make it work, but it's not something that you want to do anymore. Okay, and our next one is your present feelings and ideas. Oh, so we have the Hierophant here. So your present feelings and ideas, which also has to do with tradition, but it's also about learning. So I feel like you've learned new ways and new things that you're working with right now. So that is your present feelings and ideas. This is something that you want to bring into your generation. Something new, a new tradition that you want to bring in is something that you learned. It's not something that's been passed down. It's something different. And for the next card, is number 6, where the situation is heading. So the situation is heading to some anxiety, which it makes me feel like that your family's not going to be, your family's not going to be real happy with you not doing the same traditions that you've always done, not trying to please everybody or go along with everybody. It even could be politics. Maybe your family's always done things a certain way and you've pulled away from it. You've tried to make everybody happy, but you have your own new ideas. It's causing you a lot of you're carrying a heavy burden about it that you need to offload some of it to somebody. And I feel like this is more about having somebody hold some space for you, or talk to you about it. And it could even be, this card could even be, since this is a teacher, this could be the therapist. This could be going to someone to talk to someone about this. That could be your present feelings and ideas. is going to do that. But it's causing you anxiety, and you're not sleeping well. And the last card is advice for the future. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, which the Wheel of Fortune, I think this advice would be, we all have cycles of life. We all have our ups and downs. I think we evolve every time we spin around and get back up to the top. I feel like we've evolved from a lesson that we've learned from going around the wheel. So I feel like your advice is, this is going to be a lesson that you're gonna learn, and things will change. It's not going to stay the same. So we have that, and how am I going to incorporate Oracle card in this? So I'm going to pull one, and I may pull another one just because we're incorporating Oracle cards. So the Oracle card that we have is abundance, which you can have abundance from going through all this. Appreciate the things that you do have. Appreciate the little flowers. There's a lot of small things in this picture, so appreciate the small things. And I feel like I want to pull another Oracle card. I'm trying to figure out what deck to pull it from. Roots and Wings. So let's get some advice on, or a clarification on this entire reading. So let's pull two. Let's go crazy with it. Okay, so we have the Star, and this, to me, the Star is all about healing. So I do feel like that you will heal from this. You will have abundance. You're going to come through this. You're going to get through this cycle. You're going to heal from this anxiety that you're having. And balance. So I feel like you need to be really grounded, because this person is very grounded. You need to be very grounded and kind of be free with your thinking, because we have these birds here that are flying. So you can be grounded and also be a free thinker, free to think and believe however you want to. So we have all that, and I don't know, this is not so much as a generic reading as I think it's probably will only hit a few specific people, maybe more, maybe I'm wrong. And I'm going to pull another card from this little deck that I like, that gives good little affirmations. Wounds in wisdom. Wounds to wisdom. So, what does the client need to know from their higher self, or from the universe, or from spirit guides, or their ancestors? It's just however you do. Some I'll say different things at different times, so I'm feeling a pull here. So let's just take a look. Tomorrow brings new beginnings, my friend. This reminds me of the Eight of Cups. So, you're walking away from things that are dragging you down because you have these new ideas. You've tried so hard in the past to please everybody, and it's just caused you anxiety. So tomorrow brings new beginnings, and we're going to stop there and go with that. And that is how I incorporate my oracle cards and tarot cards. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to use my show me cards, which is basically cards that make a spread. So I'm going to use the pocket archetype, the wild unknown oracle card for the overall theme, because I think these cards work great for an overall theme of a reading, or the overall energy, however you want to say it. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to use the Star Seeker Tarot. So I'm also going to use the Moonology, because I think it pairs well with that. This is going to be like message from your higher self, or from the universe, or your ancestor, however you want to look at it. Again, that is up to you. So I'm going to pull, well, I feel like it should be this one. It's kind of meant to come out. So I'm going to lay it right there. This is the Intuit Oracle. I have all of their cards. So it's a chunky deck. And I'm just going to lay a couple out just to go with the reading. So I'm going to lay one here. And one, let's see, where can you see it? I'll lay it on this one. Oh, there, you can see it there. So this is how I incorporate my oracle cards, my tarot cards, and I usually do use oracle cards almost every time I use my tarot cards, unless it is a focus for the day, or a night pull before I go to bed. And I usually journal with one or the other, and sometimes both. But anyway, sometimes it's a tarot card and sometimes it's an oracle card. I will throw that out there. So the overall theme, so I love these little round cards, and the overall theme is village. And I just pulled this card the other day, so there's a lot of cards in there. So the village. So I feel like the village would be your community, your people, the people who support you. The saying, it takes a village. I absolutely believe that. So I believe the overall theme is going to be your village, your people, your family, whatever your village is to you. Community, friends. Okay, so we have the past. And for the past, we have the Magician. So I feel like in the past that you have, you've manifested things, you've worked on things, you've put into action, using the tools that you had for the greater good, for whoever you call your village. He gives Jesus vibes, doesn't he? Like you've really tried to help. This is a very helpful magician to me. So you've done a lot of work in this group of people. The present. Okay, in the present we have the Knight of Pentacles, which tells me that In the present, you're working toward a goal. They're going toward a goal. And the energy of this tells me that you're doing it very meticulously. You're trying to do everything correctly. The Knight of Pentacles likes to do things right. And I'm trying to get more light without too much. So you're trying to do things correctly, meticulously. You're trying to do it right. And you're trying to get to a goal for the greater good of your community. It could even be your tarot community. It could be any community that you're thinking about right now. That's probably what it is. And here we have my fears. So what is the fears? And the fears is the moon. So I feel like your fears is the subconscious. You're unsure. You've got a lot of emotions going on in this. It's the thing that you're not really sure which way to go with it. It's like you can't see in the dark. Like, for instance, you're looking out in the dark. And is that a tree or is it a monster? You're not sure. And I feel like that's the energy that you're getting from the group. You're trying to get, you're trying to move forward. You're trying to get to the place. But you have some fears which could or could not be could or could not be true. It could be things that are just in your subconscious that you are overthinking. Okay, and your gift to share to this community or group or your village, the things to share is your openness. This is the Two of Swords. She has a hard time making, or they have a hard time making decisions. But your gift to share is to be honest about it and to open up about it. I feel like with her arms open in this particular card, she's not trying to hide anything. She can't see because she is blindfolded, but it's your gift to be more open. Now, see, I would want to pull a clarifier for that. So, which deck am I going to use for that? My gift to share. So we're just going to look at this one here that I laid out. It's a solution, intelligence, insight, clarity, open, breakout, liberty, lock, unlock, helpful, important, and pay attention. So we are going to clarify the Two of Swords with this card. Your gift to share is the key to be open to a solution. And with it being an air sign, you're intelligent and you want clarity. And that is your gift to share with the group. And you're very open about it, which I think that I mentioned before I flip this over. You want to be very helpful with it. And you pay attention to small, minute things like the Knight of Pentacles. So what do you need to know from your higher self? You need to know from your higher self to look at things from a different perspective. You're pretty comfortable where you are. Hang in there. I would say to be patient with the group and to look at other people's perspective in the group or in the village that you're in. And then let's look at the other card. We have another one here, which we have summer, waxing crescent, which we are in summer now. There's major opportunities, celebrating the light, warmth, growth, bold relaxation, which makes me think of this hanged one over here. Enjoyment, expansion, positivity, and building strength. And then it said, wait, things will unfold, is a message where it goes great with the hanged one, is to be patient. Things will unfold. I can't get this light the way that I want it. It's either too bright or too... So yeah, wait, things are going to unfold this summer. And just be positive. You have major opportunities in this group. I think you play a huge role in this group from what I can tell. So I'm going to put that one there. And then advice from the Moonology card here. Assess the situation. Assess the situation. And that is something that, again, the Knight of Pentacles would do in the present. Assess the situation and gain clarity from the Moon. We have gained clarity twice over here. And waiting for things to unfold because you're unsure here with the Moon energy. And assessing the situation. Also pay attention here. So I do love all the keywords on these cards. I forgot about this great little deck. I got this on Etsy years ago. And I love this to end a message on. Or to end a reading on, rather. It will all make sense to you soon. And I feel like that's talking about the card that says wait, things will unfold. The hanged one, seeing things from a different perspective and slowing down and being patient. It will all make sense to you soon. And the uncertainty of the Moon. And assessing the situation. It's gonna make sense to you soon. So that's what I have, and that's the way that I like to read with my tarot and oracle cards. So subscribe to my channel, hit the notification if you enjoyed this, and comment and let me know what you think. If this resonated with you, I would love to know either one of the readings. And peace out, my friends. I love you guys.